What is going on? It is Friday, so you know we're talking most anticipated comics for January 19th, 2022, right after this. My most anticipated comics for January 19th, 2022. And I drink my coffee hot, unlike Bruce, because I like my coffee like I like my comics. Hot. Once again, I'm Cole, and I'm talking my 5 most anticipated comics for New Comic Book Day, January 19th, 2022. Still weird to say. This is the 3rd New Comic Book Day of the year, and it is filled with a lot of pretty good books that I'm pretty excited about. One thing I like to start this video with all the time is that there are sometimes delays. As you can see behind me, I have League of Comic Geeks. That is what I use to search for what I'm doing in this book, because I put this out, usually I record this on either a Thursday or Friday morning, so there is chances where this could be wrong. There is a chance for paper delay, shortage, or even pushbacks. I know that, Dark Horse had some issues where they were saying to release books the next week. I know some people like myself did not get their books, but other people like Tyler from What Comics ended up getting their books the week before because their shop just put them out. There are a lot of good books too this week that I think a lot of people talk about, like, things like Nightwing, Superman, Son of Kal-El. Both of those books, fantastic, and if you're not reading them, you should at least get the trades for those, because I highly recommend both of them. But usually I'm not going to talk about those type of books on here, because normally it's something that a lot of other people are talking about. And the first book for me, we're starting off with a number 1, and we're going to go straight to Marvel. It is She-Hulk number 1. This is written by Rainbow Rowell. I'm not sure who they are, but hey, this is She-Hulk. The covers for this are fantastic. There are so many different covers. If I had a cover pick of the week, I think the Artgerm cover for this might be the pick of the week, but even that standard A cover is still fantastic. It has been a long time since we've gotten a She-Hulk book. To my knowledge, the last I remember was the Immortal She-Hulk one-shot. I could be wrong. If I am and something else came out, let me know down below. But She-Hulk is a very fun character. Hopefully, I think, especially with the Disney Plus show coming out, I think they're trying to revamp this character. So I'm very excited to see what we have here. For book number 2, I'm going to go with The Silver Coin, number 8. I'm picking this because I've really enjoyed The Silver Coin. If you watch on the Burrito, I'll probably link some up here. Did a lot of shorts for reviews for each of the single issues, just because this is an anthology series, and while each of them intertwine together, sort of, they're still one-shots in itself of these horror stories. This one's written by Matthew Rosenberg, who's been doing What's the Furthest Place from Here, which has been a fantastic read if you have not been reading it. While you can pick up just this one singular issue, I would recommend, if you haven't read one of these, find an author that you love and pick up that issue and see if you'd be interested in doing it. I'm guessing you can pick up the trade of the first 5 issues, and yeah, there's been maybe one issue that I didn't love, but all of these have been fun enough that I think Silver Coin has been a fantastic staple. I know Michael Walsh is kind of the brain of this operation. He has been doing all the art, and if you tune back to Lost in Comics, they had him on yesterday night. Book number 3, we're going Detective Comics 1049. I know what you're thinking. This is a weekly detective comic book. Is it good? So far, I read both of the first 2 issues last night. If you heard, I think I made a reel of it. I was unable to get to my shop last week. First time picking up books, I made sure to read those 2 because this is a weekly series and I don't want to get behind on it. And I really enjoyed it. I think what Marika Tamaki has been doing on Detective Comics has been fantastic. While I miss Dan Mora's art on this, I know that he would not be able to make art for a weekly book. I think he has sometimes issues with monthly books, but the art in this is still fantastic. I was actually looking at it, and while I was reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? This is definitely not Dan Mora art, but this is fantastic art. I know that there is a scene with Mr. Freeze, and you just see him, and I was like, I love the character design that they used for him in that. Yeah, and as I mentioned, Silver Coin, Matthew Rosenberg also does the backup story, which is also fantastic in this, and it really intertwines back into this Tower series. I'm excited to see where it is. There haven't been a lot of direction in the first 2 issues, but I'm thinking this 3rd issue is going to kind of connect it in. And yeah, Danny Miki, I think that is how you pronounce your name. You've been doing a fantastic job on art, so if you're watching this, I appreciate it. For issue 4, we're mixing 2 things that I really enjoy. We've got professional wrestling and we got horror, and we're bringing in the Crimson Cage number 2. I loved the first issue of this. I think that John Lees said this is Macbeth mixed with professional wrestling. Yeah, it's got Alex McCormick on art too, which if you read Sync, that was the artist from there, and they're doing a lot of good things with this. I think this has been fun so far. I know that this is just an issue 2, but I would highly recommend, if you're interested at all in like either Macbeth, professional wrestling, or horror comics, any of those seems like if you like them, you should be grabbing this book. It is from AWA Upshot Studios. I think they've been doing a solid job, especially in this phase 3 of books coming out. I've really not had one that I disliked in this new phase. You know, John Lees has become one of my favorite and go-to horror writers. So if you're looking for a new horror series, I recommend either this or his other book that I talked about last week, Hotels. And for the final pick of the week, I've got a different thing. I'm going to talk about 2 books here. I'm going to ask you, the viewers, which one you think I should get, because I am not a huge Spider fan. So I've been trying to get into Spider stuff a little bit more now that my daughter shows some interest. She's a big fan of Spider-Gwen / Ghost Spider. She loves Miles. She loves the show Amazing Spidey and his friends. So she has taken a lot of these characters and really enjoyed them. But we have 2 new Spider books coming out. We have Silk #1, and we have Ben Reilly Spider-Man. And I'm asking you out there in the internet, which of these 2 Spider books do you think is the one that I should be getting? I think Ben Reilly might be ongoing, and I think Silk may be a mini. I could be wrong on that too, but that kind of makes me want to go into the direction of Silk. I did get the last Silk mini. I did not love it. I thought it was fun, but it was one of those things that I thought after reading it, I probably could have read this in trade. So once again, let me know which one you should think I should be getting. If Chop and Drop is here, I'm hoping that you have some recommendations. I know that you love Spider Book, and as this goes on, I just want to maybe involve you, the audience, in this to let me know which books should I be reading, which books shouldn't I be reading. If there's anything you think I miss, let me know. Once again, in the comments below, let me know, Silk or Ben Reilly. I'm probably going to chalk it up to whatever people say. I might end up getting both of them. Who knows? It's a crazy week. There is a lot of good stuff coming out, but maybe my week will look lighter when I actually get to the comic shop. And if you guys leave a comment below, you are entered. I will have one of these books in a drawing at the end of the month. And yeah, if we get 15 comments on this video, I will throw in an extra book. I know that last week we did not hit 15, we got to 14. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get those back up to 15 comments, and also individual comments if you just leave 15 comments by yourself. While I appreciate that, it is not getting to the goal that we're trying to achieve. But as always, I'm Cole. Thanks for stopping by, and peace. My most anticipated comics for January 19th, 2022.